Hey, look at me. I see you.
Welcome to Man's True Nature, a channel developed and dedicated to helping both man and woman understand who brothers are and why we do the things we do. On this channel, you'll come to understand how and why we love. And I hope to dispel some of the myths about the black man that have affected your opinion of a black man. Now, don't get it twisted. The purpose of this channel is not to put anyone down. But in order to make bonds stronger and more pleasurable, there needs to be understanding. In this episode, I'm going to talk about what's like got to do with it, which is a follow-up to episodes 1 and 2, how to keep your man loyal and passionate about you. So if you haven't already, you might want to check them out. And if you like this video like you did the others, give me a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and turn on your notifications so you know when I drop the next one. Let's dive in.
Women have often been told that their value lies in finding a partner. And so that counter to that rhetoric is, I'm an independent woman. I don't need no man. And the reality is there's actually a middle ground. You still need a partner. You still need someone to be by your side. But your entire being is not defined by that one aspect. So just understand, you responded to a negative stimulus, which is women are defined by the man they choose. And your opposite reaction was, I don't need a man.
Which I understand where it's from.
But the reality is somewhere in the middle.
You do.
The same way we need
y'all. Let's make that clear. It's not a one-way thing.
Let's be clear. Human beings are not independent creatures. That's all of us.
That's all of us. I got to give you that point.
We all need each other. All right? You live in a house, it don't matter how much money you accumulate. Someone got to build it. You want water to run to you? Someone got to plumb it. You want roads being paved? Someone got to do it. We all need each other. I don't know why people have to go to the extreme of this. Oh, we say stuff like it takes a village to raise a child. Not me, because I'm independent. No, you're not. We need each other. And it's not a sign of weakness to admit that.
So as I became an adult, a man if you will, I've always believed in order to have something, to keep something good, you have to want it. You have to believe in it. You have to be able to see something good. Sort of like driving. You don't get in a car and drive down a road that you believe is going to lead you to a dead end. You drive down that road because you believe it's going to take you where you want to be. And you have to believe that when you get to where you want to be, you're going to be happy. And that's going to help you get there on time. That's going to help you drive right. That's going to help the trip be a good trip. I know that's what I like about driving. I get in my car and I already know it's going to do what I needed to do to get me where I want to be. And now it's on me. If I do the things that I'm supposed to do, truly do the things that I'm supposed to do, this is going to turn out good. And when I pull up to the gate, I've just completed a good trip. But now that I'm here, now that I'm at the place I said I wanted to be, how do I ensure that my time here will be a good time? Truth is, I can't ensure that anything will go the way I want it to go because I have no control over anything. And that's why it's so important that me being here is where I really want to be, because if not, first sign of trouble, I'm out, because it's not what I wanted to do in the first place. In other words, I got to be honest when I ask myself, do I really want to be here? Is this what I need? Or could it be something else that would make me happy? Now, I already know that a lot of people don't agree with that. Today, it seems that most people believe having what you need materially, being able to show off your accomplishments is what's most important. But at the same time, most people are low-key very unhappy. Unhappy with themselves, not happy with where they are, not liking the fact that every day they've had to fake it. So over the years, I've had to ask myself, do I want to be happy with me, the man I am, or am I willing to fake it, be what others want me to be, day in and day out, just so I'm not alone? As we get older, it gets easier and easier to chase status for what we think is love, or just to have a relationship, whatever it takes not to be alone, right? But eventually, we're going to have to come to terms with who we are and where we are. And before moving forward or continuing with someone, I need to know, am I accepted, respected, and appreciated? More importantly, is the man I am someone you like? And the truth is, none of this stuff matters if you don't like me. You can't accept me if you don't like me. You can't accept me into your world, into your life, if you don't like me. If you don't like me, you can't appreciate me. You won't appreciate the things I do for you. You'll take them for granted. You won't appreciate anything I do for myself because you don't like me. You don't have any attachment, any real attachment to me. And if you don't like me, there's no way you'll ever respect me. And if you don't respect me, how can you ever love me? And I believe this is the reason many sisters refuse to submit to a relationship with us, because they don't like us. They might like who they think I'm going to become, but they don't like me right now.
Look for your damn self. You got feet, right?
So you don't feel like you.
And you know my mom can't stand when I used to date Kenny. Mom can't stand when I didn't fix his plate. He got legs and feet. Get your ass up and fix your own plate.
And this is why it's important for you to like me, because if you don't like me, you won't want to do for me. And I don't need you to like me to do for me. I need you to like me to show me love. I mean, the reality is, because I like you, I'm going to want to do for you. I'm going to want to do everything I can for you, actually. And I won't feel that I'm any less a man because of it. What I'll feel is I'm expressing my love for you. Now, the reason I bring this up is because we've been targeted and successfully taught not to like each other. Yep, my people, brown people, colored folk. We've been successfully taught not to like, appreciate, respect, or give the benefit of the doubt to any brother or sister of African descent. In fact, to a lot of us, we're ashamed of anything related to our brown skin. And to some of us, it might not be that dramatic. It might not be anything related. It might only be things that you know people from other races don't like or appreciate or have respect for. Nonetheless, as soon as you see my face, you have disdain for me. And where that matters the most is the dislike sisters have for brothers. Now, even though my goal for this video, the goal for this entire channel is to bring about unity, to give understanding to who men are, I still already know my words won't be heard from that perspective.
Us women, me included, where we have a very hard time with criticism, where we reject it outright, or we can't stand to be put down in any kind of way. Flaking up. All right, but anyway, but we can't take it, and it's, you have to walk on eggshells. You have to tiptoe in order to say anything to women.
And I really wish it wasn't that way. And I know other men do too, because it would be so nice to have a conversation with my woman, with any woman, and know that the purpose of that conversation was to get understanding. A lot of women, a lot of sisters don't realize they don't like us. They don't respect us, and this is because they're attracted to us. And so you might be thinking, don't be ridiculous. Of course I like black men. I like brothers. If I didn't, how could I be attracted to them? But see, that's where that instinct, that animal instinct kicks in. You see, instinctively, you're going to be attracted to us or any man that demonstrate they can protect the family. But socially, you're going to be attracted to the man whose qualities prove he can elevate your status. And the trick is figuring out which one is more important before it's too late to matter. But we'll talk about that in another video. In this video, we're going to stick to the topic of sisters not liking brothers.
It's so bad, but I don't care. So you don't feel like you have, so if you cook for your man, you don't feel like you have to take up his plate? I would, no, listen, Linda, I would do it. I would make his plate only because I feel like it. Don't be like, oh, go make me a plate. Who are you talking to?
Being in a relationship with a masculine man for a lot of independent women feels like slavery. It's just like, oh, ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. I'm gonna wear what I wanna wear. I'm gonna do what I wanna do. I'm gonna go what I want, where I wanna go. I'm a strong woman. I'm a grown woman. I make my own choices. I make my own decisions. I can have male friends if I wanna have male friends. It's like, ain't nobody gonna control me. It's just like, you do too much.
So this dislike is not about me personally or the black man you're with. It's about black men in general. Because you're consistently embarrassed by black men, you resent black men, but you still want a black man. And that probably makes your resentment even greater.
And I think for me, it would never work, right? But I think it really is up to the couple. I think you have to decide, what is submissive? Is it cooking everything he wants? Is it having his, bath ready when he comes home? Like, what is it? I think that has to be really redefined, but I'm not down for that. You won't get me to be submissive.
I mean, it's not really your fault. Not really. Everything about American history, American society, the media, down to its standards, teaches you not to like the black man. So you don't realize because it's so subliminal, you don't even realize you're being taught and trained not to like us. If I was on the other end, I'd probably feel the same way. I'd be like, why would I want to cook or trust or be vulnerable in any way to someone like you?
Why am I being treated like this? Because you're black.
Where's the prestige in loving a black man? But that's how it is in America for everybody. Man, woman, black, white, it doesn't matter. You see a regular black man and you automatically assume he's not worthy. You see a black man in a suit and his value automatically goes up. Oddly enough, his value doesn't go up because of his intentions or his integrity. And it doesn't matter where you are in life. If you're college educated, you want the businessman. If you're still rolling in the hood,
Drug dealer. I want him to move that way.
it doesn't matter to you as long as there's money to brag about. Because you've made it clear that you don't need no man's money. But what you don't say is you need to brag about his money.
But he's rich too, huh? What did you say? He's rich.
This is why women always ask, all women always ask, what does he do for a living? Because you need to be able to brag about his status because that elevates your status. But like I said, it's not your fault. You want somebody to be proud of. And unless you can see it on the surface, nobody's going to assume that your man is somebody to be proud of. And so what you end up being is ashamed. And how could you submit to someone that you're ashamed of? How could you even like someone that you're ashamed of? And you know you're never going to want to cook or clean for someone that you're ashamed of. Unfortunately, most people don't learn till it's way too late that it is character and intentions that define a good man, not his title or possessions. Maybe I'm wrong, but to me, submitting to a relationship is acknowledging a partnership. It's not all about emotions. It's about what's best for the partnership.
When you're in a relationship, you're in a band. You're in a fucking band. And when you're in a band, you have roles that you play in the band. Sometimes you sing lead, and sometimes you're on tambourine.
So the first thing that has to be acknowledged is that no relationship gets started until you pick the man. And I understand that because of society's pressures, it's not easy to pick a man for the right reasons. Because at the end of the day, you need your decisions to be acknowledged and appreciated by your friends, family, and colleagues. Which means sometimes a good man's going to get overlooked because he's not considered a so-called high-value man. The other side of that is, ain't it all about perspective? I mean, if a man is willing and able to support you mentally and emotionally, protect you physically, has the intelligence and wherewithal to make sure the family is taken care of, and on top of that is aware that as a man, he needs to provide the passion that will keep your mind, body, and soul satisfied, how is he not the high-value man? Well, basically because, unlike a $1,000 suit, intentions and integrity can't be spotted when he enters the room. And oddly enough, people are more comfortable hearing that a man has status and provides possessions than they are hearing that he treats his woman right. So you've either picked a good man that you don't appreciate, or you refuse to pick a good man because he doesn't measure up to society's standards of that so-called high-value man. Whatever the case, you don't want to do for him, or you haven't wanted to do for him because you don't like him. I mean, you might lust for him, and you even might enjoy saying he's your man, but at the end of the day, you still don't like him. And when a man feels this, he will stray. It's that simple. Once we can sense that our armor no longer shines in your eyes, we're gonna stray. But before you get your panties in a bunch, ask yourself this. What would you do if you had a need that wasn't being met? Do you think that need's gonna just disappear? Because like I said, we need to feel liked by you. Why? Because instinctively, you can't have like without respect. So I ask you to look at it from another perspective. If there was a womanly need that wasn't being met, what would you do? Now I have to say it that way because we all know women have different needs than men. We also know women are way better at hiding it than men are. But the point is, you would not ignore your need. You would want your need to be taken seriously. See, because a need is not the same as a thought or a feeling. A thought or a feeling can be manipulated, it can be changed, it can be ignored, but you can't ignore a need because it's instinctive. It's who we are. It's what makes us who we are. And me ignoring it doesn't mean it's not there. And you know this. And so when you pick a man that you like, When you look at the man you already have, remember the things you liked about him and appreciate those things, because liking him will help you to appreciate him, and both of those emotions will show him that you respect him. Now, I hope this is making sense and you understand how important it is to pick right and to never ignore your needs and never ignore your partner's needs. And when I say never, I mean never, never. You cannot ever take anything for granted in a relationship. I mean, it comes down to you must like your partner, and you can't be afraid to show him this because he can't read your mind. And that's all I got for this video. Now, I just have one more video on how to keep your man loyal and passionate about you, because there's one more component that will make this subject complete. But let me know what you think. I'd love to know your perspective. Leave me a comment in the section below and show me some love. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your notifications, because there's more to come about man's true nature.